Kini nga Bible, kung ano siya, 1611 version. Dako kayo siya nga Bible, napalit na ako ni. In fact, naada rin picture sa original mga tagiya. Ako ipakita ni mo diri. Far out kayo. Kung ano, morning book of Job. Sa book of Job, sa chapter 38, si Job ug si God nagmuras lang dialogue niya, giistoryahan siya sa Ginoo about kaning mighty works. So throughout sa conversation ani, ang essence ani is about paghimo sa earth ug before ana niya. So naay connection ani sa paghimo sa earth. Unya kining mention og morning stars mao ni ang angels. So kung imong i-forward kani nga kuan na chapter 38 verse 31, tan-awan ni siya. Niingon siya, canst thou bind the sweet influences of Pleiades? Kanang Pleiades constellation na, imagine na kaning libro ha, 1611. Diyon sa mga pagkibaw nila nga dunay constellation Pleiades nga kuan unya duna po'y kanang Orion katulo pag yun na pag yung Arcturus. So mao ni siya knowest thou the ordinances of heaven, canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? So pagsuwat aning book of Job naapa niyo 1520 before Christ. Imagine na. So, i-mention na sila. Kanundom ka ni sulti ko og Pleiades ka constellation. Mao ni sila ang kuan dito. Pleiadian extraterrestrials. Kani sila mao ning gitawag og fallen angels. Kay grupo mo ni sila makakita niya ka padad-an kag link kanang Galactic Federation of Light. Anyway, unique kay ni siya kay kini nga document gi-release ni February 10, 2020. So gibutang gyud diri ang detail kung unsay mahitabo sa katong virus nga pag crisis na to, unya unsa pa mahitabo sa future. Anyway, apart aning mahitabo kaning mga mga extraterrestrials or ET or technically demon fallen angels, dili ni sila ka dili ni sila ka hilabot og unsay pinakadako nga plan nga mahitabo sa kalibutan. Limitado ang ilahang mabuhat.
Transcripts from 1947-49 when young 10 and 12-year-old Edward Albert Meyer is describing what's coming. All sorts of things, including the problems women would have, the toxicity from vaccines, but most importantly, for proof positive, February 23rd, 2020, I received a document. It had a dozen specific warnings. You see the document, dozen specific warnings about this coming pandemic. We are the first people in English to not theorize, but to publish the fact that this was to be a pandemic. It would effectively be spread by a lot of asymptomatic spreaders. Children would be the first hidden spreaders. The WHO would be, and China would be largely responsible. A bunch of things, and an interesting recommendation in there about the need for hermetically sealed environments. So people who look at that and read it, let me now explain. I published that documentation 2 days later. I read through it, and that was on February 25th, 2020, I believe. Everything in that document there, that's a dozen. There are over 40 more specific examples of the information, and Meyer published it. We can prove all of that, and he published it before anybody else, CDC, WHO, for the trouble of sending this around through the state in which I live, Arizona, when there were 5 cases in the state on March 2nd. We had zero coverage. We were told it would not be published, it would not be investigated.
Ang component sa end times deception connected with kuancho kaning Galactic Federation of Light kay kaning si Satanas kuano siya prince of the power in the air niya gibutang man pud ngadto nga mo disguise siya as an angel of light, so kini sila mo kuan sila siya mo gawas ni sila as fallen angels, pero maka-research ka ani siya makakita gyud ka nga part sa Galactic Federation mao tong dimension nga naa sa Book of Job kanang Arcturus ang may tabo na Arcturians. Kung mayon kag Pleiades ang constellation na ay Pleiadians, so mao na connection nga kining Bible grabe og grabe gyud kayo ka detail og unsay mga hidden kuan ba kanang og mubasa ka makasabot ka asa padong including ang deception kana. So expected nga
The Galactic Federation event update for 11/14/23. Greetings. We are the Galactic Federation. We are connecting with this channel at this time to open up communication to allow for regular updates on your Earth worldly events and the ascension of the Earth and of humanity. We have become aware that many of the channeled messages are being exploited by charging money for the information.
so mas-shock gyud ka og di ka kasabot asa padong mo lang importante kang kayo ang kuan sa Bible. Wa kay ba mga tao nga ang Vatican is involved with kuan kanang gitawag lang exopolitics, maka pangita ka ni imuhaning ma-type kanang gitawag og astrobiology. Mao na nga mong gawas na diha ang daghang articles nga kanang related aning mga fallen angels nga mo disguise ni sila as mo tabang sa mga tao o sa mga problema. In fact, nag-warning yun sa Bible nga mauni ang dako kay mga component sa end times deception. Mo type lang ka astrobiology Vatican na daghang articles mo gawas ani. Ang Vatican na sa observatory mo nila ang chief astronomer si Consul Magno. Ang ilahang push gud ani nga kanang gitawag nga alien Saviour connection kani dako kani nga component sa deception. Wa sila kalibutan nga kini mao ning mga fallen angels.
NASA and ESA, the Roman Catholic Church is also interested in what lies beyond our universe. Indeed, the Vatican has its own observatory in Rome, but Jesuit astronomers are also looking to the heavens in Mount Graham, Arizona. There lies 3 very powerful telescopes. The Vatican's astronomical institution dates back to at least 1891, and it's already given us breakthroughs, like the first photographic proof of the green flash at sunset. Well, to speak more about the Vatican's space activity, I'm joined by the head of the Vatican Observatory, Brother Consul Magno. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
It's a delight to be here.
So, what exactly are Jesuit astronomers looking for, and does the Catholic Church actually believe or is even open to the idea of the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence?
Well, fortunately, extraterrestrial intelligence will exist or not exist, whether I believe in it or not. We are simply astronomers doing the same astronomy as anyone else, with the difference that we can do long-term projects because we don't have to face year-to-year funding. But we don't have a particular mission. We don't have a particular goal we're trying to reach. We are a dozen astronomers from around the world, and every one of us is doing our own particular research project, whether it's the mathematics of cosmology or trying to understand dust that comes off of comets and hits our atmosphere as meteors.
What exactly are Jesuit astronomers looking for, and does the Catholic Church actually believe or is even open to the idea of the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence? Life contradict in any way Catholic dogma? I mean, do you understand that this could come as a shock to worshippers as it affects the claim in a way that men are special in the cosmos?
Funny thing about that, first of all, it's not going to be such a shock because I think most of us have watched enough science fiction that we're used to the idea we're not alone. There was a survey done by the Center for Theology and the Natural Sciences.
Reiterated his view Monday that everyone has the right to be baptized, and apparently that invite extends even to Martians. The pontiff described the hypothetical situation during morning mass. According to Vatican Radio, Francis said if, for example, tomorrow an expedition of Martians came, and some of them came to us, and one says, but I want to be baptized, what would happen? In other words, says The Wire, if God prompts some Martians to come to Earth, find the Pope, and say, we want in on this Catholicism thing, the Pope would probably say, okay, cool, but probably in Latin. The Pope was making the point that baptism shouldn't be denied to anyone, including children of unmarried parents. We're guessing he wasn't totally serious about the aliens part.